channelinginc.com. Welcome. And I have a great question that one of my students asked today, which is, I think, phenomenal, is what are our soul families and how did they come to be and how do they exist? And how are we connected to them? So, really great questions. We're going to cover that in this talk today. And if you want to know more about my website, my workshops, what I do for a living, just please go to my workshop, my website, channelinginc.com. And that's where you'll find like all my different spiritual events and different, all sorts of different like interactive classes. I have some free things like the Ask Ken show and other kind of events like that going on. And I also have, of course, my certification channeling workshops and trainings. So have you ever met somebody? You've never met them before, but then you meet them and you're like, oh my God, I feel like I've known you forever. You just met, but it feels like you've known them forever. The reason is because if they are a member of your soul family, you truly have known them forever, for eons. And so they are most likely a member of your soul family. When you die and you cross over, you'll go to the Astral Realm to be with your soul family. But while you're incarnated, certain members of your soul family will help and assist you. Those are your spirit guides. But while you're in the astral realm, you're with your soul family, you reside with them, you hang out with them, you fellowship with them, all that kind of stuff. And this is really important to know when it comes to channeling and spirituality, because there was this one time when I had moved from Edmonton to Calgary, and I heard about this Spirit Expo that was going on, and I was like, oh, my spirit guides are telling me, they're like, you need to excuse me. They're like, Ken, you need to go to the Spirit Expo. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go. But so I was looking up on the website, and I'm scrolling through, and I'm like, I know there's somebody there I need to meet. So who is it? And I'm scrolling through these pages of different people, different practitioners that have their booth there. And sure enough, I saw this lady, and I'm like, okay, she's the one. So the next day, I went there to the Spirit Expo, and I went straight to her booth. I knew exactly who it was. I was meant to meet her, and we just hit it off right away. It's like, I feel like I've known you forever. And we connected like immediately, and it was so amazing. And she ended up actually teaching me and training me about introducing me to the Akashic records. And now I like teach that. I know that. It's like phenomenal. It's amazing. I even helped her facilitate one of the courses the next day and all sorts of cool stuff. So we got to know each other really well. And then a few days, about half a week later after the expo, there was a group of us that we met at the Spirit Expo, and then we got together, and we're all like together, and we're like all part of the same soul family, and we're like, oh my God, this is amazing. Like how could, and it was magical, like insane, because we're like all these like soul family members that reunited here on earth. So amazing. Still friends to this day. And what was cool though, there was maybe about 3 or 4 hours later that one of the ladies said, oh, and Bob Marley, he's a member of my soul family too. And I checked, I'm like, huh, that's interesting. So we're all members of the same soul family. But when I check, I'm not a member of Bob Marley's soul family. So how is that possible? But then Mother Mary, I'm a part of her soul family, and so is some of the other people, but not everyone in that group of five that we had met together. So I'm like, well, how is that possible? And then I started to delve deeper into this, and I'm like, oh, so like soul families aren't just like linear, where it's like, okay, that group. It's kind of like three-dimensional. They kind of like intertwine. So they're kind of like, you might be a member of this person's soul family, but then there's others that are not members of their soul family, and then they might be members of their soul family, and you might be a members of their soul family, but then there's certain members that are not members of your soul family. So it's like really kind of neat and intricate that way. So it's a lot more complex than just being like, oh, I'm a member of a soul family. It's like static. No, it can be like variable, where you're a member of somebody's soul family, but then you have people that are like other souls that are not members of that person's soul family. And the cool thing is with channeling, what you can do is you can actually get to meet your soul family while you're alive. You don't have to wait till you die to go meet them. You can do this now while you're alive. So if you want to practice this, you're more than welcome to. What I suggest you do is you find somewhere quiet, you sit there quiet, close your eyes, take a nice deep breath, and then ideally with your spirit guide is what I recommend. Go to the astral realm with your spirit guide and meet your soul family. You don't have to wait till you die to meet them. You can do this now while you're alive. How cool is that? Get to know them, how they're here to help you and support you. You have a whole team there that's backing you, supporting you, cheering you on. Get to know them now while you're live. My name's Ken Lewicki. If you want to know more about how to channel, I teach all this and so much more, probably some of the most comprehensive channeling training that you'll find anywhere in the world at my website, channelinginc.com. Incorporated, that's what it stands for, Channeling Incorporated. Go there, check out my website. There's intro classes, there's certification workshops, there's all sorts of other free events that I put on a regular monthly basis. Have a wonderful day, everyone. Talk to you soon.